What is the difference between USB 2.0 and USB 3.0? Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to discuss USB ports on computers. Specifically the difference between USB 2.0 and USB 3.0 ports. First, let's define what a USB port is. A USB port is a standard cable connection interface for personal computers and consumer electronics devices. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus, an industry standard for short-distance digital data communications. USB ports allow USB devices to be connected to each other with and transfer digital data over USB cables. They can also supply electric power across the cable to devices that need it. Both wired and wireless versions of the USB standard exist, although only the wired version involves USB ports and cables. So what can you plug into a USB port? A USB port is a standard cable connection interface for personal computers and consumer electronics devices. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus, an industry standard for short-distance digital data communications. USB ports allow USB devices to be connected to each other with and transfer digital data over USB cables. They can also supply electric power across the cable to devices that need it. Both wired and wireless versions of the USB standard exist, although only the wired version involves USB ports and cables. LifeWire/Miguel Co. What can you plug into a USB port? Many types of consumer electronics support USB interfaces. These types of equipment are most commonly used for computer networking. USB network adapters, USB broadband and cellular modems for internet access, USB printers to be shared on a home network. For computer-to-computer file transfers without a network, USB drives are also sometimes used to copy files between devices. How to use a USB port. Connect two devices directly with one USB cable by plugging each end into a USB port. Some devices feature more than one USB port, but do not plug both ends of a cable into the same device, as this can cause electrical damage. Multiple USB devices can also be connected to each other using a USB hub. A USB hub plugs into one USB port and contains additional ports for other devices to connect subsequently. If using a USB hub, plug a separate cable into each device and connect them to the hub individually. You may plug cables into a USB port at any time regardless of whether the devices involved are powered on or off. Follow the instructions provided with your equipment before unplugging USB cables. In some cases, unplugging a USB cable from a running device can cause damage to the device or the files being used on the computer. For this reason, it is good practice to always safely eject your USB device before physically unplugging it. Now that we know what USB ports are and how to use them, I want to discuss the different types of USB ports. There are 14 different connector types, with USB-C being the newest. There is also the micro-USB, most notably known to charge older phones, USB 2.0, USB 3.0, USB Type A and B, and several others. Today, I want to discuss the difference between USB 2.0 and USB 3.0. USB 3.0 cables facilitate the faster transfer rates of 4.8 gigabits per second as well as the additional power transfer of 900 milliamperes by doubling the amount of wires within the cable from 4 in the 2.0 cables to 8 in the 3.0 cables. USB 2.0 cables transfer data at 480 megabits per second and provide power up to 500 milliamperes. So USB 3.0 ports will transfer files faster than USB 2.0 ports. IT will also charge your devices quicker. Can a USB 2.0 be used in a 3.0 port? Yes, USB 3.0 backwards is compatible, meaning it's designed to work with older USB versions including USB 2.0 and USB 1.1. You can plug a USB 2.0 device into a USB 3.0 port and it will always work, but it will only run at the speed of the USB 2.0 technology. So to summarize, USB ports are ports on computers that can be used to transfer files from device to device. You can also transfer files to USB drives. You can connect USB ports between two computers to share or transfer files. USB ports can also be used to charge devices with rechargeable batteries. There are many kinds of USB ports. USB 3.0 is faster and more reliable than USB 2.0. Later on, I will discuss the other types of USB ports. Thanks for watching.